Hi, this is Elliot Fishman, trying to comb my hair, and this is YouTube Live. Now, I just want you to know that I got a Brooklyn shirt on. Oh my God, I'm on night, so I've worked like 18 hours of CT on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I read like a zillion cases, and I'm on the rest of the week. That's why I look casual. That was my excuse to tell you that. Um, we do Facebook Live every week, Thursdays at 12 o'clock. And Lily and Sarah was saying, why don't we do YouTube Live? On YouTube, to let you know, we have 31,800 followers. That's you guys. And we'd like to have a million followers, but that's how many we have. We had millions of visits last year. YouTube, Google, which is part of Google, sent us our numbers, and we had several million visits. We have on YouTube everything you want to know about radiology. So remember, this is what we have. I'm not talking about what we're going to have. Every single lecture that I put up every week, it's over 1,500 lectures, is on YouTube. Every single case we've shown, which is a couple thousand cases, is on YouTube. Any videos we make is on YouTube. Every Facebook Live is on YouTube. Anything we generate that has video is on YouTube. So we've been using YouTube all the time. So we really have a very large following, which is you guys, but we want to make it better. And so what we're going to be looking at, and we'll be taking suggestions, is using YouTube as a platform to have discussions, to present information, to maybe do demonstrations. It looks like it should work very well. And, YouTube and Google obviously are very strong across criteria. Now, when I got the thing from Google, when they gave us our numbers for last year with millions of visits and everything else, I was extremely impressed. It's actually the first year they sent it to us, so I can't really compare it to prior years, but we know we have a very big following, and the number of subscribers I mentioned, 31,800 plus, goes up literally every week. Now, if you think you're really doing well, I was reading an article talking about medical websites and what's really popular. And believe it or not, what I read is there's these websites. Now, I did look, and it's true, that have fantastic advertising by big companies. And what are the websites? Maybe you've been there. So, probably you must have. You go to a website, 10 million followers. And what are they doing? They're squeezing zits. They're popping blackheads, whiteheads, all sorts of dermatology, squeezing pimples. And these things go on for like hours. And they're followed by millions and millions of people. Okay, you may not like CT. Maybe you like MR better. Maybe you like ultrasound. Maybe you like plain films. Maybe you don't like radiology. I can't say, not everyone likes everything. But who in the world is interested in watching people squeeze pimples and watching it for hours and millions of people? And I looked at one site, the comments, you think they were doing science. It's popping zits. Give me strength. Now, there's nothing against dermatologists. There's nothing against popping a zit or something. But this is unbelievable. Now, I did notice many of them come out of Vietnam, Thailand, South Korea. And there's no conversation. It's not like, oh my God, what a conversation. No, it's just people blackheads. So what I'm saying to you is, oh my God, we'd like to have millions of followers and everything else, but it's hard for me to compete with pimple poppers. What kind of world is it where people want to watch people pop pimples? Enough said on that. Anyway, what we would like people to tell us is where you're from, where you would like to, what you would like us to discuss, whether we should have conversations. Here's someone from Taitanka, chest CT high res. We do have some things on the website. You can look it up, or we'll be able to give you some better instructions. We are going to create some new ones on that as well. So I promise to do that. There's some new lectures coming up, which are probably already on YouTube on the chest. So that may be helpful. We also can put something up on COVID pneumonia, which we all see a lot of. I worked this weekend, and I can tell you, I could have done a whole lecture on what I saw. But nevertheless, we are here. We're looking. We're trying. And again, we would like your recommendations. So use oral contrast in your protocol. Ahmad from Saudi Arabia. It depends what. We like using oral contrast. The question really is, to me, water versus positive contrast. If we're doing CT bleeding, if we're doing pancreas, liver, kidneys, we're using water as oral contrast. If we're doing routine, looking for an abscess, something to that effect, we'll use positive contrast. Hello from Matt from Austria. So we really have a pretty long, pretty widespread of people. Saudi Arabia, Austria, surely Baltimore, I don't know where else. But anyway, we do appreciate everybody visiting, and we will try to, and Great Britain, Michael Collins in Great Britain. I know Britain's a crazy place now. I was on a call this morning with some folks from GE who were in England, telling me a little bit about some of the COVID restrictions there, but every place is kind of the same. Okay, here's who does your modified barium swallows. We do have dedicated techs to do the swallows. They work with speech pathology. And then the radiologist has to do the final report. But the actual swallows are done by technologists. We find that very efficient. Also, the reality is radiologists who used to be very well trained are not very well trained. We don't have too many people who want to do fluoro. And you can have these techs who are just spectacular because they really get good. They do a lot of cases. They're very knowledgeable. They work very well with the patients, referring physicians, and the speech pathologists. So that works out very well. And I see Michael Collins said, yes, it's crazy here. It's crazy here too, but I think the good news is Hopkins has taken 4 floors, which became COVID floors, and then non-COVID again as of yesterday. So I think in the East Coast, the peak is coming down. So I don't know how fast it's going to come down, and I think it's going to go out west. But I think in this area, we are pretty happy that it's coming down. I think many of us, myself included, ended up, I don't know how, COVID positive. Maybe it was a bad lab test, but just was taking it incidentally. So it's very contagious. The good news is that if you have your 3 vaccines and you get it, it's like having a common cold. So you have a little bit of cough. Some people complained to me that they had arthralgias and fevers, but it's a cold. It's only a cold. So remember that 90% of the people in the ICU with COVID now are not vaccinated. Get vaccinated, whether you're in England, Saudi Arabia, or Baltimore, or Austria. Make sure you get vaccinated. That's the best advice I can give you. So I'll stop there, and what we're going to do is we're learning a little bit more about this studio on YouTube, and we're going to try to come back with some interesting ways of presenting information, and hopefully we'll start that maybe next week, and then we'll do it as we like doing, which is picking a time and then repeating that time every single week so people can get used to it. So with that, I thank everybody. Hey, there's Daniel from Kenya. Hope things are well there. So it's a really, it's an international offering. And YouTube really does have, is very strong, I think, in medicine. It's very strong in many things. So we're looking to put everything together. And Turkey. Okay, guys, we'll speak to you later. And again, any suggestions or thoughts, email us here or on the website itself, and we'll see you then. Have a great day.